Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing this evening? Funny Bone here. I was looking at a couple of things. You remember I told y'all that Donald Trump was going to dig a hole that he can't get out of. And people, that's what he's done. He's dug a hole that he can't get out of. And I told y'all, you remember I told y'all they were going to attack Donald Trump at every angle? That's what's happening, people. They're attacking Donald Trump at every angle. And they're trying to get Ivanka and her husband testimony, and they're going to crack. It's just a matter of time. They're going to crack. Like I said, they're attacking Donald Trump at every angle. Personally, politically, legally. They're attacking Donald Trump in every angle. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer creep. It's about time. That's all I can say. But to let y'all see what I'm talking about, Judge Chutkin rejected Trump's request not to release the files, and she's released the files to the public. So that's going to outline everything that Donald Trump's done. I want y'all to listen at this. Listen at step by step of the evidence they got against Donald Trump. And what I've been telling y'all all along. The feds are nothing to play with, people. Absolutely nothing to play with. And this is geared around Donald Trump's trial, 2020. Like the insurrection, all that stuff he's done. So people, y'all pay attention. Listen to this. Y'all got any questions y'all can think of, please hit me up in the comments. Put your 2 cents in there. Let Funny Bone know what y'all thinking, what y'all think at this very moment hearing this news. People, they just released it. I told you Funny Bone gonna bring y'all stuff firsthand with documents. I deal with documents. You can't say it's hearsay when there's documents in the court. And this ain't no witch hunt. Donald Trump gonna go to his old playbook talking about this conspiracy against him. It's a witch hunt. No, son. If it's a witch hunt, they got their witch. If it's a witch hunt, they've got their witch. You. So people, y'all listen to this. And I'm telling y'all, all this is factual. It's through the courts. Factual, people.
This is Michael Popak, Legal AF. Sit down, grab a cup of coffee. We have what we've been waiting for. It just got put on the docket by an order of Judge Chutkin. We've got Jack Smith's 180-page brief of evidence against Donald Trump, making his case, if you will, to the American people before November the 5th. It's exactly the nightmare scenario that Donald Trump dreaded. Yep. It's now here. Mm-hmm. Judge Chutkin made a decision just about an hour ago in which she agreed with the Department of Justice that almost everything needed to go into the public domain. Mm-hmm. Nothing should be withheld from the public about the immunity decision, the immunity application to the current superseding indictment, and her ultimate decisions in that area. None. In fact, there's very little redaction. There is redaction. That's the black tape you see there throughout the 180 pages. But it's really to just protect certain people who are not yet been disclosed from having their identity revealed, although you can tell from their positions and their titles that and who they are. And we'll try to do that as I do this particular hot take. This is a mini trial presentation of the evidence to the American people.
We were planning our anniversary.
Y'all remember we thought that Jack Smith was done. We thought that the case, I remember I told y'all the case was not like.
Hey, Papa.
Hey, baby. Remember I told y'all.
What is the word is that?
Huh?
What's the word is her?
She just on a commercial.
Commercial?
Yeah. Pop up doing a video right now.
Hey.
They can't see you. Now they can see. But I'm doing a live video, y'all. Anyway.
You about done with your shoes?
Yeah, I'm about done. I'll talk to you in a minute. What y'all gonna do then?
My dad gonna give me the QR code.
Go ahead.
What pair you got?
Take them in the room. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. My studio has been invaded by these two creatures known as my son and my granddaughter. So, y'all bear with me.
There's a weaponization of the legal system against Donald Trump. It's because the United States Supreme Court and Chief Justice Roberts, in its 6-3 decision on immunity back in July, demanded this result, forced Judge Chutkan right now and not at some later time to go through the superseding indictment line by line and try to figure out how much of it, using a fact analysis, an analysis of the supporting facts and evidence, forcing Jack Smith to carry his burden now to overcome the presumption of immunity for official contact. All that be done now. The only way to do that now is to submit a 180-page brief, list all the evidence, and then follow that up, which they already have, with a tractor trailer full of physical evidence and citations and witness statements and testimony from the grand jury to support it, because she has to do it now. Donald Trump says, don't do it now, not before the election. That's exactly what they have to do. And Judge Chutkan, who I admire, made a great decision today. She ordered that the clerk post to the docket immediately, not giving Donald Trump any time to run for an appeal or a stay or to stop it. She said immediately, and the clerk took her direction and posted, and now we have a copy of it right here, all 180 pages. I'm going to tell you the parts that are important. What we have overall, taking the plane up 5,000 feet, is that we have the government laying out methodically, action by action, along a timeline of three major conspiracies, very similar to how the Jan 6 committee had outlined this very criminal conspiracy led by Donald Trump. And then after the three conspiracies in the timeline, the third organizing principle of the new filing that we now can read is state by state in the 7 battleground states. And what Donald Trump did with private actors and private lawyers as a campaigner, not as president, to try to influence and stop the outcome of the election and peaceful transfer of power. So those are the three organizing principles of this particular brief. And then within it, you have things that I'll be able to read from, kind of a couple of areas in particular that I'm going to read from for you now, so you can get a flavor for it. And then we'll be doing hot takes and Legal AF podcast and more hot takes as we digest more and more and more this cornucopia of evidence against Donald Trump. Let me start with the beginning. This could serve as the Department of Justice's opening statement to a future jury. I'm just going to read it to you straight. Page 3 over to page 4 of the new brief. This is no redaction. This is just prose. When the defendant, that's always Donald Trump, lost the 2020 presidential election, he resorted to crimes to try to stay in office. It's a good start, day after the vice presidential debate, by the way. With private co-conspirators, the defendant launched a series of increasingly desperate plans to overturn the legitimate election results in 7 states that he lost: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, now known as the targeted states. His efforts included lying to state officials in order to induce them to ignore true vote counts. This is like a terrible criminal bingo board for Donald Trump. So if you had lying to state officials, manufacturing fraudulent electoral votes in the targeted states, attempting to elicit Pence in his role as president of the Senate to obstruct Congress's certification of the election by using false fraudulent electoral votes, and when all else failed, directing an angry mob of supporters of the United States Capitol to obstruct the congressional certification, you won. The through line of these efforts, the brief continues, was deceit. That's the common denominator. The defendants and co-conspirators knowingly false claim of election fraud. They used these lies in furtherance of 3 conspiracies. That's part of the organizing principle of this particular brief I told you about. 1, a conspiracy to interfere with the federal government's function by which it collects and counts election results according to the Constitution and the Electoral Count Act. 2, a conspiracy to obstruct the official proceeding in which Congress certified those results. And 3, and this is the one that's most devastating and disqualifying for me, for a person who's running again for the presidency, a conspiracy against the rights of millions of Americans to vote and have their votes counted. Again, a powerful opening statement embedded within what effectively is a special counsel report and a compilation and a summary of all the evidence against Donald Trump.
Y'all remember I told y'all that all this stuff was gonna catch up with Donald Trump all at the same time. Y'all remember that? If y'all remember Funny Bone saying that, put a one down there in the comment. If y'all remember any of my prior videos, I said that all this was gonna catch up with Donald Trump all at the same time. And I said he was digging a hole he's not gonna be able to get out of. This is the time, people. Congress and everything is standing up, and I applaud them. They present to y'all the evidence of what happened in real time when that was happening. And for all y'all MAGA people, the proof is right here. No conspiracy theory, none of that. None of that. So it is what it is, folks. It's here in our face.
At its core, it continues on page 4. The defendant's scheme was a private criminal effort in its capacity as a candidate, not as a president. The defendant used deceit to target every stage of the electoral process, which through the Constitution, Electoral Count Act, and state laws includes the state's notification of the federal government of the selection of their representative electors by popular vote, the meeting of those electors to cast their vote, and Congress's counting of those electors' votes at a certification proceeding. He worked with private co-conspirators, again, continuing the opening statement to a future jury. The brief continues, including private attorneys, and he's got 5 listed. I could think of a number of them. Ken Chesbrough, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, Boris Epstein, Jenna Ellis. You see where this is going?
Do y'all remember all of them was indicted? Y'all remember all those people was indicted? All the ones that helped Donald Trump was indicted. They are felons right now. Same thing getting ready to happen to these people that's trying to enable Donald Trump right now. Pam Bundy and Patel and all them. They're going to prison. Mark my words, people, they're going to prison. You cannot spit on the Constitution, people. No matter who you are. That's the law of our land. Everyone must follow it. All Americans must follow it. All foreigners visiting must follow it. If you're coming in this country, just like when Americans go to other countries, we have to follow their laws. It's plain and simple, people. You have to follow the law, no matter what country you're in. No matter. And when you got somebody like this who's got a following, who's got a cult, who is manipulative, corrupt, narcissistic, and just a plain damn idiot. When you got somebody like that running something, it's dangerous. Donald Trump cannot run nothing. He can't run a microwave. But y'all voted him in for the president of this country. Look what he's doing. MAGA. And all y'all want to be MAGA. Look what he's doing in this country. Like I told y'all he was going to do. I told you. He conned y'all into voting for him. And he turned his back on you. And that's why y'all, drill, baby, drill. The gas prices is $3, drill, baby, drill. You promised us so much stuff, you ain't delivered on your promises. He's not going to, fool. He conned you just like he done everybody else that's followed him. When are y'all gonna wake up? Some of y'all act like y'all IQ is your shoe size. People can tell y'all anything and you believe it. You easy to con. A non-believer is a belief in anything. You got to have beliefs for yourself. You don't have them, people can tell you anything.
The defendant, Trump, also relied heavily on private agents, such as his campaign employees and volunteers, like his campaign manager, his deputy campaign manager, his senior campaign advisor, and campaign operative. Again, they're making the point this is private, private, private. Because the Supreme Court has said if it's private, 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 it's prosecutable. That's why they're spending so much time.
He wasn't the president. He was not the president. People, do y'all understand now? He was not the president when he had all this stuff done. He was not the president. He had lost. Yeah, he had lost. That's what it was all about. He didn't want to transfer power. He wanted to stay in power. So he cooked up all these lies, put false electors and all that stuff in there. He did a whole lot of stuff to stay in power. So how in the world can y'all trust a con man like this? What do that say for y'all? And I'm talking about the people that believe in Donald Trump to the end. What do they say about y'all? That y'all can be told anything? Y'all that gullible, you believe anything? If Donald Trump told y'all excrement was worth something, you believe it. The true mark of people. AKA the KKK. In my eyes. But they got Donald Trump now, people. I've been telling y'all this for months. It's going to come back on him. Y'all pay attention.
The brief then goes on to the formation of the conspiracies. Lots of interesting information and supporting evidence here that we will continue to cover here on the Meidas Touch Network. Does this election cycle have you stressed at a level?
People, y'all remember I told y'all a while back that they just postponed these cases. They never threw them out. And now do y'all believe me? They never threw these cases away, baby. Donald Trump is going to be held accountable. And they told him, even Mitch McConnell turned. Now when he turned on Donald Trump, it's time for Donald Trump to go. He been loyal to Donald Trump to the end. And that's why I've been trying to tell y'all, this is the end. He ain't even faithful to Donald Trump no more. He voted him out. So they gave Donald Trump an ultimatum. Resign or get impeached. And they've already started the impeachment process, people. So in other words, in layman terms, they saying, get the hell out or we're going to kick you out. It's your choice. Either way, you're going to be gone. And I know what y'all thinking, J.D. Vance will be just as bad. I think they're trying to get rid of the whole Trump administration. J.D. Vance and all of them. But we got to keep watching, people, because I am. I got a whole lot of stuff. People, it's been so much stuff that I didn't know where to start with Donald Trump. And like I told y'all, before all this, Donald Trump didn't know what he was messing with. The government don't stop people. Same thing with Diddy. See, Diddy is some trouble, some more. He get ready to have more charges. I told y'all, there's going to be some more stuff coming down the pike from Mr. Combs. Just like Donald Trump. They showing the world how bad Donald Trump did at that insurrection. And all this other stuff he's done illegally. They just showing it to y'all, making it public. So when they do go after Donald Trump and slam his ass to the cross, won't nobody say, I wasn't aware. Because Martha loved to say that. I wasn't aware that it's just a witch hunt against him. They just put stuff against him and none of it is true. If y'all still believe that, I got an 8-eyed unicorn to see you for $2. For $2. Y'all, common sense should kick in, y'all people. I mean, I know some people are slower than others to catch on, but in 10 years, you're going to still be slow? Y'all still don't know what kind of man Donald Trump is after 10 years he ain't showing you? After all this evidence against Donald Trump? But y'all talking about this a witch hunt because he's saying it? This ain't no witch hunt. This is evidence, people. Facts. So y'all can sit there and debate what it is. This facts in your face. That's all it is. And it's going to come out. I told y'all, only thing trials do is expose the guilty. Trials expose the guilty people. And we know Donald Trump's guilty. Now the evidence is public. Not public. Public. So people, I saw this, had to share it with y'all. What y'all think about all this stuff coming down on Donald Trump like I told you would? Judge Chutkin's one of these powerful sisters. The one that Donald Trump can't stand. He don't like no powerful sister. He don't like no sister at all. But he definitely don't like no powerful. More powerful than he is. So people, Judge Chutkin, I told y'all he was going to have to see Judge Chutkin again. Go back to the videos. I told y'all he's going to have to see Letitia James and Judge Chutkin again. I don't know about Phony Willis. I don't know what's going on with that. But I got to look at that. That's a bunch of bull down there. All that's going to come out too with Phony Willis. Before it's over with, I think Phony Willis is going to be back. Because this is a bunch of bull that Donald Trump is orchestrating. Just like he tried to do with Letitia James and Comey. And it's coming back to bite him in his pen. So like I said, people, I saw this. Y'all hit them thumbs up button. Y'all hit them likes button. Y'all hit the subscribe. And when you hit that subscribe, it's free. Go to all content and you'll see Mr. Funnybone every time he posts. So, and sometimes it'll be early in the morning, sometimes it'll be in the evening, sometimes it'll be at night. But it's definitely going to be this time in the evening time because that's when people off work and want to watch some TV a little bit. So people, Funnybone going to bring this to y'all step by step, point blank period. And he's going to bring it to you because I'm always watching. So people, Funnybone love y'all. Funnybone catch y'all on the next one. Like I said, what do y'all think about the story? Give me a comment down there. Let me know what y'all think. Funnybone will be watching and listening. Y'all have the rest of a good evening. Peace.